Good morning, KU. Welcome back to your Thursday edition of Good Morning, KU, I guess. I'm Katie.
I'm Caitlin, and we have some big news this morning. There is a potential breakup this morning, a 307-year marriage between Scotland and the United Kingdom. Scotland is voting this morning on whether or not to have independence from the United Kingdom. So that is what's dominating the international news.
We are in the middle of history right now because by, I guess, when we wake up in the morning, there could potentially be a country that's no longer with the UK, which is, I never thought I would see that in my lifetime.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so it's definitely big news. There's a few things that people are talking about. You know, the votes between the yes and the no votes are very close. We don't know exactly what the outcome is going to be.
They don't know which way it's going to go. So recently they passed a law lowering the voting age from 18 to 16. So there's a whole new group of voters in this election that they really think is going to impact which way it goes.
So this could potentially even be the voting group of 16 to 17-year-olds can have a very big impact.
Deciding the fate of their country.
Right, which is kind of crazy. And so a lot of people are saying, well, these kids too young to vote. You know, are they going to vote more with their heart than with their mind? But I think that it's a good thing to have them be a part of it and have a, decision on the future of their country.
Yeah, some have said research has actually shown that a lot of them are sort of going to go with the trend that their parents are going with, not necessarily because it's what their parents are doing, but what they've grown up believing in, which I think kids anyways tend to grow up with the same beliefs as their parents.
Right.
So,
and it's not only those young kids that are going to have an impact on the voting. Some statistics that have come in are saying that 97% of eligible voters are going to show up to the polls and vote. That's about 4.2 million people, which I think is great. That is a very good turnout rate, and it's an important vote, so it should be those high numbers.
Yeah, in Scotland, they feel like they're not being represented fairly in Parliament, which is one of the reasons why they want their independence, which, I think it's amazing that they even got it to the vote, whether they gain their independence or not. I think it's really amazing that they were able to get this far.
Yes, and this has been a long time coming. There's been some talks, I think, since around 2009. So it's come a long way, and we're finally going to have a decision by tomorrow. So when the votes come in.
Yeah, voting closes around 3 or 4 our time, so they'll find out Friday morning, so wake up in the middle of the night and maybe you'll be able to see the fate of the UK.
Right.
It'll be really exciting.
So if this does go through and Scotland does become independent from the United Kingdom, there's a lot of things to think about, whether or not the economic consequences or what are going to happen. There's a lot of things that it's not only the government that's going to change, it's those little things within the government, like the DMV, the driver's license office,
system.
It's all those little things that need to be.
All the government programs are going to have to be completely run. The way you get a passport, it's definitely a huge change, and I think some people are worried about that. And also, they won't have as strong of a national security. A lot of them are worried with the threat of ISIS today.
Right.
They want to have the UK there to be able to protect them.
And not only on the national level, but also the international level. Right now, with their partnership with the UK, they have a very strong relationship with the European Union and NATO. And if they separate from the United Kingdom, we don't really know what that relationship is going to be anymore.
There's going to be some treaties that are going to have to be redrawn and redone, so it'll be really interesting. And there's a few people who are for, and not Scottish people. I know President Obama is against it. He believes that the UK needs to stay strong and together because they've done fairly well. I mean, this has stayed together for 307 years. That is an insane amount of time. That's longer than our country has been around.
And there's a few other people that are also against it. Pope Francis and Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling. But it's not for Scottish independence.
There are some celebrities who are speaking out for it. The tennis star Andy Murray and Gerard Butler are just a few of the ones. So it'll be really, really interesting to see which way this goes.
Yes, for sure, and definitely one for the history books. Those young kids that could potentially make an impact and change the course of the history going forward.
Yeah, and then there's so many things that are gonna be affected by this, and can't wait to watch it. So I think that's all we have for right now. We'll be right back with our guest.
Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back. I'm Katie again with Jenny McKee, here to talk about our Sexual Assault Awareness Week, things that are going on. So what can you tell us, how are you involved this week?
Absolutely. Well, I am a health educator with the University of Kansas's Student Health Services. And so my two areas of expertise are alcohol and sexual health.
Okay.
So my job is to be there to provide information for our students regarding how those two topics intersect.
Oh, it's so interesting. So what are some ways that students can get involved this week?
Absolutely. Well, we're halfway through, a little more than halfway through our events for the week, but today we have some really exciting things going on. Everyone's a huge fan of Tea at 3, and today we're going to be having a poet. Her name is Dominique Christina. She will be here for Tea at 3 in the Traditions area of the Kansas Union.
Okay.
And along with your tea and cookies, you'll be able to listen to some story share, as well as some poetry on the subject, which should be really cool. That's immediately followed by an event in the Commons at Spooner Hall that the
Chancellor is speaking, right?
Absolutely.
She's having a press conference, and is there going to be a panel there as well?
Absolutely.
And who can go? Can anybody go watch that?
Anyone can go watch that. And so that's from 4:30 to 6. And then right back in the Traditions area of the Kansas Union at 7 p.m., there will be Dominique Christina again with some other poets as well. So lots of events going on today.
So much going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're an expert on all of this. So what are some common misconceptions that many people and students have when it comes to sexual assault?
Well, one of the biggest ones that I try to educate people about is what a date rape drug is. A lot of people think that there's a singular drug that's most common, and most people are surprised to find out the most common date rape drug is simply just alcohol by itself. Yeah.
Interesting.
Alcohol in excessive amounts can be just as potent as many other things that people utilize. People are also really surprised to know that most of the time the assailant is someone that the survivor knows and has known for a period of time. Yeah.
Someone that makes them feel safe, and then maybe not so much.
Absolutely. The final thing is that, the final misconception is just that sexual assault cannot be prevented by survivors. The only way that we can stop this issue from reoccurring is for people ceasing to perpetrate those kind of sexual acts of violence against other people.
Do you get a lot of, sexual assault cases in your office? Do a lot of students come to you about that? Occasionally a student will come talk to me if it's a student that I've known in the past. As a KU employee, I am mandated to report, an issue that a student has. So, sometimes students will come and talk to me, and then we'll talk about the steps from there. Okay. So if someone wanted to come talk to you, where would they go to find you? My office is in Watkins Health Center in the Health Education Resource Office. Okay, great. And so, final question, if there is anything that students can get from this week, what is it? There's one thing. The one thing that I would like students to know about this week is that sexual assault awareness does not stop at the end of the week. It doesn't stop tomorrow. This is an issue that everybody gets to own, and if everybody does their part, then hopefully we can end this issue on our campus. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming, talking to us.
Absolutely.
It's so great talking to you.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back with the news.
Hi, my name is Shannon Foster.
And I'm Nick Lewis, and this is your Thursday Good Morning KU News Update. Citizens of Scotland today are voting whether to remain part of the United Kingdom or to become an independent nation. For the past 370 years, the United Kingdom has consisted of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. If Scotland votes for independence, Europe will never be the same.
Police in Australia say they have stopped a plot to carry out a beheading by an ISIS splinter group. According to the Associated Press, 15 people have been detained in Sydney after raids on more than a dozen properties. The raid has included more than 800 federal and state police officers and was the biggest in Australian history.
A divided American Congress voted this Wednesday to authorize the training and arming of Syrian rebels in order to fight back against a hostile ISIS force. The heated debate ended in favor of helping the rebels by a vote of 273 to 156. Many congressmen and women are passionate about helping those affected by ISIS's reign of terror, but are skeptical that these are the first steps in the beginning of a new war for the United States.
Pressure from corporate sponsors angered by recent scandals in the NFL has led both the league and teams to handle misconduct of players more rigorously. Radisson Hotels and Anheuser-Busch both issued statements of displeasure with how the league has been handling these issues.
A student at Liberty Memorial Central Middle School has been disciplined for playing with a toy gun. Although the middle school filed a report, no incident occurred and the child's parents were notified. An increase in school-related violence across the country has prompted school districts to take these matters more seriously to ensure the safety of all students.
University of Kansas Chancellor Bernadette Gray Little will host a panel to discuss the issue of sexual assault on campus today in Spooner Hall. The panel will consist of high-ranking university officials. Pre-submitted questions to the provost will be addressed along with questions and submitted at the beginning of the event.
And that will wrap it up for today's news update. Stay tuned, and after the break, Coral will be back with the weekend weather.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. We are here with Coral for the weekend weather update. How's it looking outside today, Coral?
Hi, I'm Kaylin. Today the weather is mostly cloudy. It is about 63 degrees outside. It might have rained this morning, but the chance is only 40%.
That's great. It's a little gloomy, but how's the rest of the day looking?
The afternoon, the temperature will probably warm up a little. The sun will come out later, so we will be able to enjoy the sunshine.
Oh, that's good. I'm always up for some sunshine. How about tomorrow? Are we looking any sunnier for tomorrow?
And tomorrow it will probably be mostly cloudy as well, but it will be 85 degrees outside. So the afternoon, the sky will be partly cloudy.
That's good. At least it's a good break from the colder temperatures earlier this week. How about this weekend? What are we looking for the weekend?
Oh, in the weekend, we will have 80% chance raining, but it seems we will have a nice sunny day on Sunday though.
That's good. I know a lot of parents are coming out for the football game this weekend, so at least we'll have some warm weather for that.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you so much for being here with the weather, Coral. You can come back inside out of the gloomy weather.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here on this Thursday Good Morning KU. Make sure to tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the next Good Morning KU. Have a great day.